Hello, and welcome to Tea with Jess. I'm Jess Montgomery, author of the Kinship Historical Mystery Series. And most Mondays at 3 o'clock, I try to, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, I try to take a little tea break to just say hello to the world. Um, as one of my characters likes to say in my Kinship series, life is hard, have tea. So here we are having tea with me. And today is March 14th. So that's known as Pi Day. PI, as in the mathematical concept, 3.14. And also a little pun on that, pi, P-I-E. And anyone who knows me or has looked at my website or my blog or gotten my email newsletter knows that I love pie. I love to bake pie. I love to talk about pie. And I love to eat pie. So, of course, I have pie today for Pie Day. And today's pie is, um, see, I'll tilt it so that it doesn't go sliding off the plate onto the keyboard, hopefully, is sweet potato pie. And if I tilt it just right, you can see there's a slight glaze to the top. That was just natural from the pie baking up. It's not quite as thick or crunchy as a creme brulee crust, but it's got that same like little bit of a satisfying crunch to it. So basically, I had a leftover sweet potato, a baked sweet potato, and I wasn't sure, I didn't want to serve another baked sweet potato at dinner. And I thought, what can I do with this baked sweet potato? And then I thought, I have never made sweet potato pie before. So I found a recipe, which I'll try to share later in the comments or on the post on Facebook at Jess Montgomery author. Um, and I thought it can't be that much different than making a pumpkin pie. And it was actually quite easy. So I made a sweet potato pie. It's really delicious. It's similar to pumpkin in that it's kind of got the same texture, although it's a little more, I guess, texturized. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Then it's not as smooth as pumpkin. It's not as pudding like as pumpkin. Um, So there's that, and it's a sort of a deeper flavor than pumpkin, but we really liked it. And I can feel virtuous because I'm eating a vegetable, right? As pie. It's almost like I could have this as dinner and it would be okay. So happy Pie Day. I'm sure not everyone is a fan of pie or bakes pies, but although that's really hard to imagine people not being a fan of pie. Um, so happy Pie Day, however you're celebrating, if you're celebrating, hope you are. I also wanted to remind folks that I still have the Goodreads giveaway being sponsored by Minotaur Books for an advanced reader copy of The Echoes. That runs through March 28th, so the end of this month. So you've got 2 more weeks to enter. It ends right before the book comes out on March 29th. So the best way to find it is go to Goodreads, type in Jess Montgomery. You'll find my page. You'll find a flow of links to the giveaway, or go to the top of my Facebook author page and you'll find a link to the giveaway there as well. So don't forget to enter for the ARC for The Echoes, Jess Montgomery. There's 75 copies that Minotaur is generously giving, is including in the sweepstakes. So 75 people will win a copy of The Echoes, an advanced reader copy. And even if you don't win, honestly, you're helping me just simply by entering. So thank you for that. Entering in Goodreads giveaways for books that you're interested in. Of course, you should only enter if you're truly interested in the book. Um, Helps the author because it shows that people are in fact interested in the book. So if you're at all interested in reading The Echoes, even if you've pre-ordered, which it's available for pre-order, feel free to go ahead and enter. You can always gift the ARC if you happen to be one of the 75 people who win to a friend who also loves to read. So I would enjoy that if you would consider doing so. So that's what I have for today. For those of you who are curious as to why I love to bake pie, because I get asked this often, like, you seem to really love to bake pies. Why is that? Well, the truth is, once you have figured out a crust recipe that you like, although you can use pre-made if you want to, the fillings are pretty easy. The trickiest pies for me are like a French chocolate silk pie that or a butterscotch pie because you have to cook the filling on top of the stove. But frankly, pies are pretty interesting, pretty easy to bake. Um, and everyone seems to love pie, and you take about an hour at most, maybe a little longer for a very complicated pie like a French silk pie, but basically an hour or less to make a pie. So you make a pie a lot more quickly than you can make, say, a short story or a novel. And you have an hour later this payoff of you've put in some effort and you have this thing that you've created that people are going to love. And I've never had anyone reject my pie. So that's very satisfying too. And it's also kind of fun to have something like, a kind of sad looking leftover sweet potato that you probably wouldn't want to, serve as a leftover sweet potato, baked sweet potato, and turning it into something delicious and yummy like sweet potato pie. Whoop. So those are my thoughts today on Pi Day. Of course, I had to talk about pie on Pi Day. I hope you all are doing well. Be kind to one another until I see you next week. Thank you for anybody who's watching live. Thank you for those who tune in later. Appreciate that. So thank you for that, and have a wonderful rest of your day on Pi Day. And be good to yourselves and to one another. Take care. Bye bye.